live on tape from the Hangar Performing Arts Center in Parsons, Tennessee. It's the Toby Show, starring Toby T. Taylor. Tonight's guests, Bradley Hanson, Houston Starrett, Emily Keeton, and Mayor Tim David Bowes. And I'm Mark Tux. Now welcome to the stage the man who thinks that artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity, Toby T. Taylor.
Hey y'all.
What's wrong, Toby?
I just got some bad news.
Oh my, what is it?
I just heard that Chuck Norris has caught the coronavirus.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is. They expect the coronavirus to quarantine for 14 days now. It ain't gonna whip Chuck Norris. But there is good news though. I learned me a new pickup line
What's
for the
that?
coronavirus.
Is it a good one?
This long dry spell is about to end. You want to hear my coronavirus pickup line? You can't spell quarantine without U-R-A-Q-T. Y'all can reach me at the Rivertime Players Facebook page.
Good luck with that one.
That'll work. That'll work. I mean, yeah, listen, y'all, I should be a hot commodity. I am doing so much hygiene right now. I'm staying socially distanced, but I'm cleaning things and spraying. Look, I got Lysol all the time. I swear, I have washed my hands so much, I found my cheat notes from my 1989 calculus class. Washed it right down. That's enough jokes. Take it away, Mark. Go. Oh man, that's what it is.
It's amazing.
Well, we got a big show tonight, huh?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Who we got?
Well, we got Bradley Hanson from the Tennessee Arts Commission.
Now, do these people know who Bradley Hanson is?
Oh, you need to tell them.
Bradley Hanson represents us at the Tennessee Arts Commission. The Tennessee Arts Commission helps us get these grants we use to do these shows every year. This is our 14th year getting support from the Tennessee Arts Commission. And Bradley Hanson, he does something with folks' lives over there.
Yep.
And I'm excited to talk to him. I love the Tennessee Arts Commission. Yes. Changing lives. That's right. Buy you a license plate.
Yes, please.
Yeah, all that money goes to the arts. Well, who else we got?
And then we got Houston Starrett.
Houston Starrett.
Yep.
I got to interview Houston Starrett.
Something about that name Houston, isn't it?
Man, we had a Houston last week. Ain't that enough Houstons?
Yeah.
Houstons, we have a problem. Houstons, we have two Houston problems.
And that's a problem.
Yes. Houston Starrett. Houston Starrett is an adorable young man who was in our most recent Toby show last year, How Now White Cow. He's hilarious. I bet this will be a great interview.
Bound to be a great one.
Yeah. Who else we got?
Then we got Emily Keeton.
Emily Keeton. Oh my goodness. Anybody in Parsons or Decatur County knows who Emily Keeton is.
That's right.
What a talented, lovely young lady. And she's going to come out and talk to us. And what is she going to sing for us?
Well, I saw her bring in a guitar, so.
Oh man, cross your fingers. I hope she sings for us.
That's right.
She's got a beautiful voice and she's so talented. That whole family's talented.
I know.
Oh man. Well, listen, I think that you guys at home are in for a treat tonight, aren't you?
And then to round up the show, we've got Mayor Tim David Bowes.
Oh, that's right. We weren't able to get him on in the previous weeks. He was kind enough to come back. I know we can get him on tonight, right?
Oh, yeah.
No problem. I mean, Houston ain't gonna say much.
No.
Emily, you know, we'll have plenty of time to talk to Mayor Bowes at the end of the show tonight. I'm sure of it. Well, I guess that's enough jabbering. The show's been going long. We need to talk less and let the guests talk more. What do you think?
Well, since I don't get paid to talk, yeah.
All right, well, take it away. When we come back, we'll have Bradley Hanson from the Tennessee Arts Commission. Don't you go nowhere. Bradley! 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 I can't hear you. You got to use a can. Do you have a can? I don't hear you. You need one of these. Oh, what?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, Brad. It's Toby. You see me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
How about now?
I hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
There we are. We didn't even look. You got a can. You got a fancy can.
Yeah, I do.
Look, that's so much. I'm gonna put mine up here. So now I look professional too.
You can edit all that technology out there. It's so good to see you, Toby. Where are you?
It's good. I'm at the. I'm on the set of our new show. Hold on just a second. Okay, you're good. 96.7.
Wow, good.
I can take this off, man. How you doing?
I'm great. I was looking for my Toby's Tasty Treat box that I saved from a few years ago. I thought I could have a prop, but I didn't find it in time. I'm sorry, but I have one.
Oh, well, good. You didn't open it? You could be a winner.
Well, I opened it, but I kept the box.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be valuable one day. It's got a pretty box.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I'm so appreciative that you came that time and that you're talking with us today.
Oh, this is fun.
For the people watching at home, this is Bradley Hanson, and he's with the Tennessee Arts Commission. And what is your title?
The Director of Folk Life.
The Director of Folk Life. Let me see if I can figure out what that means. Now, folk, to me, that's like poor people living. And you direct you. What do you tell them how to live better, or how do you do that?
No, nothing like that at all. Folk just means people. Any people are folk.
Uh-huh.
Any group can be a folk group, and life. I think that one's self-explanatory. So what I do is work with the arts and traditions of various groups in Tennessee. Art forms not like the symphony and the ballet and all those wonderful art forms. We work with the woodworkers and the fiddle makers and the fiddle players and the blues musicians and the basket weavers, these really deeply rooted community-based traditions. That's what I work with. And in various programs, we try to support and preserve those things.
That's so cool. Now, how
you
long?
You know a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I know. You handle us now. We've been moved over to folk life. We used to just be rural arts, but now we're folk life, aren't we?
You are in the folk life category, which I think is a good thing, because what you all do is very traditional and has been handed down from generations. And the not that you're a character, but the main lead there is a character that's transcended various different stories, but is a folk character, a folk icon of sorts. And yeah, I think you're in the right place.
Well, we're so happy to be there, and glad to have you representing us. You do a great job representing us on these grants. And I like to say that I'm very appreciative that we've gotten grants from the Tennessee Arts Commission. This is our 14th year.
Wow.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That's great. I didn't know it had been that long.
Yeah, you were probably still in high school back when we started doing that, weren't you?
No, not quite.
Well, tell me this. Now this corona has it's spread all around everywhere. How's that affecting things at Tennessee Arts Commission?
Well, like everybody, not everybody, but like a lot of people, we ended up working from home starting in mid-March, and we're still working from home. This is my basement we're in.
Oh, well, good. You're safe.
Yeah. So but other than that, we've been able to try and respond to the needs of arts organizations and change our guidelines a little bit so people can hopefully spend their money on a virtual event or something besides what they were planning to do normally. But we're just waiting to get back to normal and trying to keep doing our job. But yeah, we're still at home. Haven't seen my coworkers except on screens like this for 6 months.
How can we help? I mean, the Tennesseans in general, how can we help the Tennessee Arts Commission with their projects? How can we help fund them?
Well, the most direct way is to actually buy a specialty license plate. A lot of people don't know that the sale of specialty license plates directly funds the arts in Tennessee. The vast majority of the money that we grant back out to organizations like yourself and hundreds of others comes from the sale of specialty license plates. So every time you buy one of those, you're helping us. And besides that, just promote the arts, support the arts any way you can, especially now, and try to support artists in these new settings that they're working in.
Yeah. Well, you might notice right there.
There it is.
There it is right there. Yeah.
That's our brochure, the ubiquitous license plate brochure.
That's right. We got it on display. We're trying to sell some license plates for you. Now tell me, do them prisoners make these license plates for you?
No, I don't think so. I don't know how they're made, but I'm not going to confirm.
I got some friends. I got some friends that might be willing to help out.
Well, they could maybe make their own. They could autograph one for you, maybe.
Okay, good deal. Now, you know what we're doing. You helped us out this year, and you let us use some of the money to buy some electronics. And we have got a brand spanking new camera that takes such beautiful video. I can't wait for you to see it. Well, we did our first round of shows last week, and they were fantastic, and we're getting a great response from them. Trying to we're hoping people don't forget us during all this.
No, yeah. Well, you guys have really been able to pivot and adapt, it seems like, and you've got tailor-made content, to be able to put up on a screen. But we'll miss the tent. I guess the tent is folded up somewhere. Is that right?
Oh, man. Yeah, it is. She's folded up. And wouldn't you know it, the weather has been spectacular for Toby shows this year. Yes. Normally it's 100 degrees or 40 degrees and raining and storming. And it's just been a lovely weekend since we ain't doing the show.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do? And you came out and saw our show a few years ago.
I did come out a few years ago, and my coworker at the time too, Dana Everts-Bame, who's retired since then, she fell in love with the Toby show. She came back and was the biggest advocate for the show. Wrote a little article about it.
That article was the best review of anything I've ever seen written, and it was scholarly. It sounded smart on top of that, which blew my mind because I didn't think there was anything that smart about Toby and what we're doing. So,
it was. That's what caught us, is how smart it really is. And the year that I got to go, I don't know, I think she went a different year than I went, but I got to see the Star Wars year, which had been combined with, I think, a little bit of Wizard of Oz in there and a little bit of presidential politics in there.
Oh, yeah.
So it was.
We'll never do that again.
By the time Dana and I were done talking about it, we probably could have written a dissertation about that show and what was going on there.
Push the button.
Which button?
I think it's this button.
I know, I feel real bad about it.
Come here.
Ow! Yeah, you're right.
That lightsaber's working. Can I see it?
Oh, sure. related to Toby one come know. Oh yeah, look, I got this here cool lightsaber. I gotta be more careful with this time. What we're doing with our shows this year, we're showing lots of clips from previous shows. And I gotta say, that show you came to was probably the most divisive show that we've ever done. It was certainly the oddest, but it's one of my favorites. I had just a ball with that. It was like Christmas every day getting Star Wars toys.
It was incredible. I mean, between the music, which was fantastic, and the intricate story, the drone, the highbrow humor,
Highbrow, yes.
and just the mix was just overwhelming. It's just overwhelming to my sense and sensibilities. But
I think it overwhelmed a lot of people back there, Bradley, I think.
There's a lot of great folk life in Tennessee, but there are landmark events or programs that people need to see at least one time.
Yeah.
And if the Toby Show is that,
well, thank
we'll
you
have
for
to experience it.
But
And are you the only Toby Show going? Is that right?
there's still a few companies that do Toby shows, but we're the last ones doing it in a tent.
That's right.
So
Okay.
that's our claim to fame. Well, Bradley, is there anything else you'd like to promote while we got you?
I just say that we try to be very active on our social media on Facebook. If you look up the Tennessee Folk Life program, we produce a lot of videos and we share a lot of photos from our visits across the state. And our website is tnfolklife.org. There's a lot of content there. And just spread the word. If you're interested in the traditions of your community, take care of them. There's my dog. Look at
I
that.
see that. That's awesome. For a minute, I was worried about you, man. I thought maybe a pack of wild animals had gotten into your basement.
My little hound dog is decided to be a prop. But, contact us if anybody out there has something interesting that they know about in their community, they think that we might want to connect with, just reach out. We're in Nashville. We go out as much as we can, but we need to know what's happening out there in Tennessee and spread the good word of the arts and folk life. And thank you for letting me be on the Toby Show, right?
The Toby Show. That's right. Bradley, in all seriousness, I'm very thankful to be the recipient of Tennessee Arts Commission support for these last 14 years. What you do for us every year allows us to keep going. Not only do you provide the grant award funds, but that gives us a means to fundraise on our own by means of matching those grants. And it makes what we do possible. And I know there's countless organizations throughout the state that can say the same. And I just hope we can weather this COVID storm and come out on the other side. Thank you so much for helping us to do that.
Thank you. And we hope to get back to normal and get to some more Toby shows and get the arts back going. We need to do that, but we also need to be safe. And I think you all are doing the right thing by being virtual and wearing your mask and before you took my temperature and everything.
That's right. You're good.
We'll make it through. This will all be, you might weave COVID into a story someday, a play someday. You never know.
You think we can laugh about this eventually? I hope so, man. Well, Bradley, thank you again. On behalf of our fans here, thank you, and God bless and Godspeed.
Thank you very much, and good luck with everything.
Thanks, Brad. I appreciate it.
Tennessee Arts Commission. Tennessee Arts Commission. Tennessee Arts Commission.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are on the edge of your seats right now because we're about to go on a ride. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage a young man. Put your hands together for Mr. Houston Starrett. I've seen you. How are you today, my friend?
I'm quite well.
You're quite well?
Yes.
What are you looking at back here?
You?
No, you keep looking back here. I can see your eyeballs. That shield is clear. I can see through it. What are you looking at behind me?
Nothing. You. I'm analyzing the stage right now.
What? Okay, what are you seeing? You seeing anything good?
Possibly.
What? Well, yeah. Let's talk about the stage. What do you see?
I see the Clone Wars EE-11 blaster rifle that you used for an Imperial E11 blaster rifle.
Oh my goodness, what does that mean? That means that's a cartoon blaster? And that's a live action stormtrooper? Or are you talking about this stormtrooper? That's a New Hope stormtrooper.
No, that one. Okay. That one back there with the Pokeball under it is in First Order Imperial Stormtrooper.
Uh-huh.
That one right there is an Imperial Civil War Stormtrooper helmet.
The Imperial Army had a civil war? How's the year going for you?
Quite well.
Is it?
Yes.
No, now look, I know you've done theater, Toby show. You did the Toby show with us this past year.
Yes, sir.
But you also, you do theater at the middle school, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us who you're playing.
I am playing Fester Adams in the Adams Family.
The Addams Family musical?
Yeah.
Are you a singer?
Probably.
Probably.
Yes.
Now, Fester, that's a good role.
Yes.
Are y'all still working on that now during the pandemic?
Yes.
You rehearsing?
Yes.
How much?
About twice a week unless something happens.
Like what?
Like a parent-teacher conference, or we get off school early.
Why do you get off school early?
Like a parent-teacher conference, or we get off school early.
Again.
So your school year is going well?
Yes, quite.
Quite well?
Yes.
Now, I know this past year was your first year being in our Toby show, but you have been a Toby fan for some time, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
What was the first Toby show you remember going to?
Remember going to?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the name of it. It's like the...
Let me ask you again.
What?
What's the first Toby show you remember going to?
Frank and Toby.
Frank and Toby? You remember Frank and Toby?
No, it's just this. That's the one I know I've been to, and it's the one the first one I know I've been to, and it's the only one I remember the name to.
Okay. Well, fair enough. But what Toby shows do you remember? Not necessarily the first ones, but what are some of your Toby show memories before you became a Toby show actor?
I remember the Star Wars one.
Uh-huh.
I remember
What do you remember about Star Wars?
most of the props that are here right
The
now.
props?
I remember the Death Star being made entirely of wood, so when the cannon shot, it destroyed it all.
That's a pretty good memory. I hope I've got a camera pointed at you somewhere.
You keep sliding over.
Scoot this way. See that monitor right there?
Yes.
That's our primary camera we got.
Okay.
That would be that camera right there. You're still not looking at it. This camera right here. The one.
There we go.
Yes. Oh, he's growing.
I still don't see it.
Oh my goodness. Now, you were in How Now, White Cow this past year,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Now, listen, here's the thing. I remember your face. You give good face, kid. You got a memorable face. And I remember seeing your face year after year after year down there in the blue seats. And you know, you're so expressive. And I always thought, man, that kid would be a good actor. And then we got you involved, and what you know, by golly, I was right. You are a natural talent.
Thank you, sir.
A little untamed, but talent nonetheless. Do you enjoy acting?
Yes, sir.
How was your experience in How Now, White Cow?
It was good.
Was it all you hoped it would be?
That and probably more.
They were that and more? Mm-hmm. Tell me what you loved about it.
I loved I love the bee because not the bee and spit part on the queen bee.
Oh, the bee
King
part.
bee,
Yeah,
king
the
bee, king
king
bee.
bee. Yeah.
Hey, Bumpy. Hey, Willow. What have y'all been up to?
Oh, we just been out in the meadow.
What are you doing in the meadow?
Why, we've been collecting honey for the king bee.
You mean queen bee, don't you?
Oh, no, we mean the king bee.
What's the king bee?
Oh, look at his hat. Oh, Dash, you would make a beautiful king bee.
Oh, I would I?
Well, tell me this. What is it about acting that you enjoy?
Just I enjoy it.
You just enjoy
I
it.
enjoy.
You don't think about why you enjoy it. You just stand up there and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Is it the adulation and the cheers and the laughs? Do you enjoy that part?
Yes.
You enjoy that part? Do you love getting a good laugh?
Yes.
You're good at getting laughs. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
So so theater is a fun new hobby for you. What other hobbies do you have besides knowing all about Star Wars and saying noise and yee? What else do you do? You're an outdoorsman, aren't you?
Yes.
What all do you kill? What all do you like to kill?
Like doves, deer.
You like to murder doves and deer?
Who said the word murder?
Oh no, I don't know. What's the biggest deer you ever shot?
About the only deer I've ever shot.
You only shot one deer?
I'm very lucky in deer season. It took me 4 years to
Oh, my microphone fell off. You're very unlucky in D season.
deer season.
Is that short for deer season? That's
Deer
not any fewer syllables.
Deer season.
Deer season? You're very unlucky in deer season?
Yeah, it took me 4 years to kill my first deer.
You couldn't find him?
We killed it at about 6 o'clock. It was about 8 o'clock when we dragged it home.
AM or PM?
PM.
Oh, PM.
Yeah,
Was it dark?
it took us about an hour to kill it.
Did you strangle it?
An hour.
Oh, you dear girl! Die! Yeah! That's brutal.
An hour. It took us about an hour.
Why didn't you shoot the poor thing?
It took us about an hour to get it up there and then shoot it.
You had to take it out there and execute it? You didn't wait. I don't understand hunting. I don't think you had to take the deer up there and shoot it.
No, we had
Would
to.
you find it in
we
the
had to-
yard
we
and throw
had-
it in the truck and say, "Here, Bambi," and then you took it out in the woods? I don't think you're explaining this right.
It took us about an hour to wait for it to come up.
Oh, okay.
Come out to where we could
So
shoot
it was previously a free deer. It wasn't a pet in the backyard. All right, so dove, deer. Do you shoot anything that doesn't start with D? What about ducks? You shoot ducks?
But you just said anything that doesn't start with D.
I know, so I'm trying to narrow it down. So
Yes,
you
I
shoot
shoot
doves,
ducks.
deer, and ducks.
and ducks, yes.
And ducks.
And turkey.
What about donuts? You shoot donuts?
No.
Uh-huh. Now, what else do you shoot?
Turkeys.
Turkeys.
Yeah.
What's it, are they hard to shoot? Do feathers go flying?
Sometimes.
Yeah. This is enlightening. What about squirrels? You shoot them?
Nah. No, not much anymore.
Not anymore. Would your BB gun get rusty?
No, my BB gun was given to my brother.
Oh, now he's shooting the squirrels.
No.
All right, let's change the topic from hunting.
Yes. That's probably
What about
a good-
fishing? Do you fish?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you fish for?
Crappie or
Crappie. You call it crappie?
Yes.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
No.
Okay. All right. Keep going. When I was a kid, I lived in Cadiz, Kentucky. And I remember I was about your age, and we had a thing called the Ham Festival. And I remember one year at the Ham Festival, I was walking around, and everybody was wearing shirts and hats that said, Cadiz, Kentucky, or Tree County, Kentucky, crappie capital of the world. And I was so offended. I didn't realize they were talking about crappie. I thought, why is everybody here talking bad about our hometowns? But they meant crappie. I've caught a few crappie in my lifetime. I've caught a few crappie. What else do you catch?
Bass.
Bass, okay. All right.
And we.
Largemouth, smallmouth?
Large
How big are
mouth?
their mouths?
Large mouth.
Largemouth, okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? I feel like I'm doing all the talking. I know you're a talker.
I'm not the one doing the interview though, so you got to ask me what I want to talk about.
I just said, what do you want to talk about?
I'm not the one doing the. Wait a minute.
Ay, caramba. Mios Dio. What's your favorite subject in school?
Social studies.
Why?
I like maps and I like history.
You like maps and history.
Yes.
What's your favorite time in history?
2008.
2008?
Or the Renaissance. I picked 2008.
It's a big difference.
Or the Renaissance? What happened in 2008 that was comparable to the Renaissance?
Well, I mean, like one of the great man was born in 2008.
Who, you?
A man named Houston Starrett. He was born in 2008.
Who was born during the Renaissance?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, okay. What do you know about Leonardo da Vinci?
That he was both a scientist and a painter. And during the end of the career, he quit painting and went to Science Street. He's also the person who invented the first airplane and submarine.
He invented them?
Created.
He made submarines and airplanes during the Renaissance?
He designed the
Designed
first.
them?
There we go.
Okay. Did you know he dug up cadavers and cut them up to see how they worked?
Yes.
You did? Just occurred
Didn't
to him.
seem very convincing.
Just occurred to him. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Well, that's kind of gross, isn't it?
Wait a minute. I need to know what you mean by cadavers.
There's one in a bag.
Dead bodies?
Oh, yeah. I knew that.
Oh, you knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, how do you think he had the drawings in his journal of very detailed human body function thingy-majigs?
Yeah, that's a good question. Was that rhetorical, I hope?
What do you mean?
So, so tell me this. All right, so last year, Toby show. Do you miss it?
Miss what?
Yeah. Don't shoot the crickets. They're not real. They don't start with D. Don't shoot them. Well, this has been an enlightening interview. It's been entertaining. Sitting here watching your mask fog up. Well, tell me this. What do you like about Toby shows?
Toby?
Well, all
And comedy. And comedy.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and say something nice so we can do something else now. Houston, I gotta say sincerely that, like I said earlier, I knew from seeing you sitting out there in the blues that you would be a good actor, and you are. You're fantastic. You're fun to watch. You are terrible at getting interviewed, though. I gotta say that. That's not your strength. But it is an honor and a privilege to get to know you and be your friend, and I can't wait to see what you do as you get older. But thank you very much for being a part of the Toby Show.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And don't you go anywhere, though, because when we come back, Houston is going to play a game. All right? So don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Well, feed your cow until you eat your cow. Corner Bluff. We're not in the middle.
Come on.
I see no red light.
Are the batteries dead on this?
No, you just have to turn it on. It's not turned on, sir.
All right, here we are. We're back with Houston and Posey. As you can see, they've had a costume change. But this is live, coming at you. Don't know why they changed clothes, but they did. Friday night. Oh, it's Houston's birthday. Happy birthday, Houston. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to play Mindflex Duel. In this game, you use your brain to push this little ball one way or the other. If she pushes it all the way down here, he loses. If he pushes it all the way down there, she loses. The loser has to eat a jelly bean out of this Bean Boozled thing. Bean Boozled bin. You agree? And you really got to eat it this time. I'm going to make you put it on your tongue. All right, so.
What do you mean this time? This is a live show, sir.
Yes, it is a live show. Thank you for pointing that out, Houston. So, right now, we're going to play Power Push on the Mindflex Duel. Are you guys ready?
I'm going to be
I'm going to select game, British lady. Power Push. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Calibrating.
Ready? Begin.
Get your hand back. Put your hand down. It's not fair. Wow.
I have the forces.
Wins.
He demolished you, Posey. That wasn't even close.
That was.
No more using force hand, baby Yoda. All
Play
right.
again.
Pick one.
Play again.
again!
What was it?
Spoiled milk!
Play again.
My entertainment has never ended.
Was it bad?
Play again.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
Again.
All right, y'all ready? You ready? You better focus in this time. Go.
Calibrate. Ready? Begin.
Oh, he stopped it. Oh, there we go. Oh, she tied it
I
up.
can't use my force hand.
She tied it up 1-1.
Player 2.
Now look, she really ate that jelly bean, so you need to really eat this jelly bean.
What is
Play
it?
again.
It's the orange one. What's the orange one?
I don't-
Uh,
Peach or what?
barf, no?
Barf?
Play again.
Peach. Wait. Yeah, peach. I don't eat peaches, so I don't know what it tastes like.
Little barfy peach. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You would know if it was barf. I've eaten the barf one before. It's very distinctively barf.
Yeah, that's peach then.
Dadgummit. That means you got to beat him again so he can get a bad one.
I haven't got a bad one.
I know you never got a bad one, or if you did, you didn't chew it up. You ready?
Play again.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it again. Here we go.
Calibrating. Ready? Begin.
I knew it was the middle of thing because now that it's fixed, she's winning.
She is in the zone.
2. Maybe next time.
Dead fish one or the stinky sauce? I'm gonna take the stinky sauce.
Okay.
Play again.
Yeah, that's the tutti frutti.
Play again.
Oh my goodness. He got tutti frutti. Well, y'all want to play again?
I am determined to make you eat a bad bean boozle.
All right, so we're going for 3 out of 5.
Yes.
Even though we've gotten 2 out of 3. You ready? What if he wins and you eat a bad one? Or how mad are you going to be?
Furious. We're gonna
Y'all ready to go?
eat us.
Yeet.
Eat.
Ready?
I'm waiting for her to get tired.
Begin.
Hi. Oh, you got no lights. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Oh, I see what I've been doing wrong now. I've been straining too much. I just relaxed and it went. I just relaxed and saw it move instead of move, and it went. Huh?
Appeared to be misfiring.
Eat, sit, eat,
Play
sit.
again.
Well, it wouldn't help.
Yeah.
You'll just chew on it longer.
Play again.
I've had the butter popcorn. It's a little confusing.
Yeah. Like popcorn's pretty good.
You can't really tell the first few chews whether it's good or not. What do you think? If it was moldy cheese, you would know. All right, so we're tied 2-2.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so it's 2-2. So far,
Play again.
Houston's won 2, and Posey has eaten 2 of the bad Bean Boozled jelly beans. And Posey has won 2, and Houston has eaten 2 tasty jelly beans. Y'all ready? This for all the marbles.
Play again.
Ready?
Yes.
Go.
Calibrating. Ready? Begin.
No.
All 3 lights on both sides were lit up, and this thing was whirring like a helicopter. I thought it was going to take off.
Then when I back up, it takes advantage of me backing up and takes mine down one.
Oh my goodness. Well, you better get a bad one this time.
Is yellow? Well, I mean, I got no choice, but I kind of want to know.
No.
Okay. What is it?
Play again. Play again.
That's Ches.
Huh?
That's Ches.
Ches.
Moldy cheese?
Play again.
Was that a bad one?
I don't know.
Why'd you spit it
I
out?
couldn't tell if that was popcorn or Ches.
Ches? Will you speak English? What are you talking about?
Moldy cheese.
I think that was probably butter popcorn.
Play again.
Because I tasted butter.
Okay. So, well, there we have it. Posey has won the Mindflex Duel Challenge, but has lost the Bean Boozled Challenge. So, 3 out of 5. That was an excellent competition, you guys. Happy birthday. You know why you got all the good ones? Because it's your birthday.
Ouch.
Happy birthday, Houston.
Happy birthday, Houston.
All right. Hey, don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back with more of the Toby Show.
Bye-bye.
Call Townsend Evans Insurance before a tree falls on your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to bring our next guest out. She is lovely and talented. She's a Parsons treasure. We're so thankful to have her with us and as part of the show. Please put your hands together for Miss Emily Keeton. What about that? They love you out there. They do love you. You are beloved. You are a beloved person here in Parsons.
Well, I love Parsons.
Well, you're a native Parsonian. You take pride in being a Parsonian.
Yes.
How's it been going? Now, I know this summer you spent a lot of time working with the news leader, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Tell me about that. You had a lot of, every time I turned on Facebook, there was Emily there talking to somebody.
So my uncle, Danny Haynes,
Yes.
owns the newsletter, publishes it. And when COVID came to Parsons, school was out, and I teach school.
Right.
So he called me on a Wednesday morning about 9 o'clock, and he woke me up.
Yeah.
He said, I need someone to help sell ads for the graduation tab, so can you do it? And I was like, okay. So I did it, and I told him, I said, I never want to leave. I love this job. Please let me stay. So I worked there all summer, selling ads and stuff.
Oh, you did great. You were always doing lives, remote lives, interviewing people. You did a great year in Nashville.
Thank you. It was very fun. I enjoyed it.
What are some of the projects you worked on doing that?
Oh gosh, well the first one was the graduation tab. That was super fun.
Yeah.
I did that strictly just from the office. I didn't get out and go see people.
Now you got a lot more ads than they've ever gotten too, didn't you?
Well, I mean a few more, but
you were doggedly determined. I know that.
I was calling people and saying, "Hey, you want to buy that?" And most everybody bought one, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, they did, and that was fine too, just part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just pretty much a whole summer of just working for Uncle Danny, and
fun
my
summer.
mom works there too. So
I
it
know.
was me, her, and him, and it was a really fun time. Like it was a good environment to be in every day.
Well, good, because I know. I mean, during the quarantine and all that, there were lots of people that didn't have anything to do, and I know that was a good thing.
Yes.
To keep your mind off of it,
Yeah.
and keep you active, and keep you.
Well, I
working.
still had like school kinda. I mean, it was difficult because we were trying to do Google Classroom and we had never really taught kids how to use it. But hey, I've got to brag. I don't know which camera to look at, so look at all of them. But my 8th graders last year, and you know who you are, they did such a good job with figuring out Google Classroom on their own, and parents were helping them. So they did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
But once school was over with, you're right. I mean, it was just kind of like, what do we do now? So
Yeah.
it was fun doing that for him.
Yeah. You know, Posey is doing remote learning, and I've watched her doing that Google Classroom, and it looks like rocket science to me.
Yeah.
But she just zip, and she's through it.
It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, she's doing great, and I'm glad you were able to do that. But you've been doing in-person teaching.
Yes.
How's that going?
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty much like normal. The only difference is I have to also upload things to Google Classroom now.
Oh, you have to teach online?
Yeah,
again?
and it's not bad either.
Really?
Well, I teach
Do you lecture online as well?
kind of like I teach classes at UT Martin Parsons as well. Not this semester, but in previous semesters I have.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of online with them too. They're like Canvas. They're
Right.
the online platform that we use. And so I already knew kind of how to do stuff like that. So it wasn't a huge learning curve for me to learn how to use Google Classroom.
Yeah.
And the kids have really, really taken with it. So it's not been hard.
Now, you were in our last Toby show,
Yes.
but you have a long history with the Toby show
Yes.
previous to that.
Yes.
Now, the first time you were going to be in a Toby show, you were just a kid.
Yeah.
How old were you, 14, 15,
Well,
16?
when I sang in it, I was 15. But when you asked me to be in one, I was 16.
Okay, the first one that you were going to be in, and I know I tell the story a certain way, but it may not be accurate to your recollection of how it went down. But we were doing the Return of Aunt Susan, which was our second Toby show that we did here, and you had been rehearsing for you didn't rehearse very long, a
No.
week or so?
Yeah, it wasn't long.
And you took me aside, and I guess was it after rehearsal? And what did you say? What's your recollection of what
I
you
think
said?
I said something like, I don't know. I said something like, "I'm really sorry. I'm showing cows this year. It's my very first year, and it's a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. And would you please excuse me from being in the Toby show," or something like that? I don't know.
What I remember is you came up to me and said that you couldn't be in the Toby show because you had to spend more time with your cat.
Well, it was the truth. I wanted to just be as nice as I could.
And you were very nice. You were very earnest. I mean, I thought, well, she really loves these cows. I've got to let her out of this. I mean, it didn't upset me at all.
Well, I'm glad.
You've always been, just so sweet but it was the only time I've ever heard that particular reason.
Yeah.
Is why I couldn't do the show. But that's one of my favorite memories. But we kept you involved. In fact, your brother did some Jerry Clower stuff.
Yes.
Was that the first year?
He
The
was,
very
I
first
think,
year.
11 or probably 11 when he did
Yeah,
it.
he was just
He's
a little bitty kid. Yeah, and Cotton Ivy was helping him, and he was hilarious. And did you sing that year as
Yes.
well?
Yes.
Okay, what did you sing?
Oh, I sang Crazy and I sang Fall to Pieces. No, I didn't. I know I sang Crazy and I sang, I can't remember. It's one of those old ones. Anyway, I do remember you made me, that night, I know you remember this, that night you're like, we're going to make you do a skit. And I was like, what? Because I was extremely uptight way back when. Like, everything had to be a plan, not so much anymore. Teaching does that to you. So anyways, I was like, oh my gosh. So you said, I want you to go out there all scared, and you're going to run off the stage, and I'm going to push you back out there, and I'm going to run off again. And I was like, oh, that does kind of sound fun. Like, I'm going to say anything. So anyway, I do that, and I remember Mr. Cotton being like, well, what are you doing? Because we went to church together, and he knew me. Like, I'm not afraid of a crowd. And he was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, it's just play along. And he was like, okay.
That means you were acting really good if he thought you were really
he was
scared.
like, what is wrong with her? But anyway, I like that. That was kind of fun.
That was a funny bit. That was a funny bit. And you sang
And
with...
like, everybody was so quiet, too, because they were like, what's wrong with her? She don't do this. They didn't know what to make of it. What is happening?
I mean, you've been a longtime friend and family member of the Toby Show, and I'm so glad that you have been. And finally, this past year, I was able to get you on stage for the full thing.
Yes.
How was that? Now, you were fantastic.
I loved it. It was so much fun. Listen, reprising the role as Ida Claire against someone as iconic as Alicia Spain, I feel like, she has small feet, but I still feel like I had very large shoes to fill because she was hilarious. Both times that show has been done, she is just hysterical.
Oh, she's very funny.
You can't. So I just figured, I was like, look, I'll be Ida Claire, but I got to be Ida Claire Emily Keeton at the same time. Like, just do her the way I would.
It was all you. You cannot. You and Alicia, it's impossible for y'all to play the same character the same way. You know.
But I don't think you wanted me to. I think you wanted me just to kind of do it how I wanted to.
Yes, absolutely. And you owned it. And we
maybe she's my alter ego. I don't know.
we worked with a lot, but you ended up doing that the accent. And,
oh yes, channeling my inner Fran Fine.
Yes.
Oh, thank you all so much.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could tell you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't bat my eyes for every guy I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me.
Now I know that the two little girls in the show with you idolized you.
Oh, they were so sweet.
Oh, they would sing that song. I think Anna Kane and Posey made a video of themselves out behind the tent, going through all of it, and then little Houston was out there, doing dum 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 dum, and
I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Spend a little time with me.
oh man, they adored you.
Well,
and,
they're sweet girls.
Oh,
They
well,
are
and you're a
sweet.
wonderful role model for them. I'm glad. I'm glad you were there. Mark, what did you say?
What were your favorite parts of the show?
Of the show that I was in?
Yes.
I loved being here and rehearsing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rehearsing and rehearsing. How was it? Rehearsing and rehearsing. That was fun.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was I sang to. The name escapes me right now. But people asked me, what would you do when you would sing that, like Big Spender? Like, who would you decide to sing to?
Yeah.
I would choose a man who would not make eye contact with me.
Yes.
And like just looked away.
Yes.
And would just be like, get behind me, you Jezebel. And just like would not speak, just even look at me. And I'll be like, that's you, buddy. So I would just start like making my way down. But this one, I forget who it was I was singing to. Mama told me who it was. But it wasn't even like him that was so funny. When I finally got down there to him and he's still like looking away and everything, his wife was rolling.
Oh, yes.
I mean, she was like, we're going to make it the phone. And she's like backing up, getting her camera and everything. And I'm just like, I mean, messing with his hair. And I'm just like, just singing real big to him. You know, that's really different than singing at church on Sunday.
Oh, yes, it is.
So.
Oh, well, you were hilarious. You were fantastic. I'm so glad we got you involved. I so hate that this thing has happened to the country where we can't do one right now.
I know.
You
but
know
you know what?
We'd be doing it right now.
I know.
Yeah.
But I thought of something when I came in here. First of all, like this looks awesome.
No.
This is amazing. I love the eclecticness of it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
But you know, it's like, you know how on sitcoms where after a few, like, I don't know, a season or two, you'll have like an episode where it's like a recap. That's what this makes me think
You're
of.
reading our mind, because that was exactly what we were going
Because
for.
when I came in,
It's
I was
like that episode of Happy Days where they show all the little clips. Yes.
I was like, yeah, this is appropriate. I mean, how many is this would be technically the 14th.
14th
here.
So yeah, this is definitely, I feel, I mean, it stinks that you can't have one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like all of this stuff on this stage just collectively shows how the show has touched Parsons and how it's touched the people not only who've been in the show, but who love to come see it. I mean, there's people from all over that come to see it multiple times. And I mean, me and my granddaddy, we come every single year to come, at least if I'm not in it, you know, but like to come see the show. It's just like a little date that we go on, and it's just fun. I mean, he likes to, you know, buy the little taffy things and be like, I wonder if you got that ring this year. And just, you know, it's just stuff like that many, many years down the road, I will have precious memories.
Oh, that's
and
so
the Toby
fantastic.
Show does that for people.
Yeah, that's so fantastic to hear. You know, you hope that you can touch people, and we do. I mean, I'm not bragging at all. But we have 1,000 people that come to see our show every year, and we're in a town of 2,300.
Yeah.
You know, and I've worked for other theater companies in bigger places that don't get crowds like we get for our Toby show. The fan following is fantastic.
Yeah.
It has been from the beginning.
It's like a cult following.
And that's one of the reasons. Yeah, we wanted to kind of do this as a thank you to them, and don't forget us. Because we're coming back,
Right.
and I feel confidently that, you know, we had just started where we were doing 4 shows a year
Yeah.
between the Toby Show and our productions that we were doing here, and 4 shows a year. People don't really realize how much work goes into those 4 shows, and how few people are doing that.
Right.
And it can wear you down. It can wear you out. It can burn you out a little bit. And I really feel like this is going to be a vehicle to refuel us,
Yes.
re-energize
Right.
us. And we're going to come roaring back next year. It's going to be one of them V-shaped recoveries. It ain't going to be no W or no K. We're coming back strong next year, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you got to try and make the best
Right.
of what's going on. But I really feel like, and, you know, doggone, man, I mean, I was depressed.
Right.
I mean, you were in Steel Magnolias. And we were within days.
8 weeks. Yeah.
Well, we were going to open on the 16th, March 16th, and on March 12th, the COVID task force said, don't get anybody together more than 10 people. So that was between the 12th and the 16th, you know? So, I mean, and we still got the set.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
hot back here.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. We are going to do it because you were fantastic, Shelby, as well.
Well,
man.
it's too good of a show to not do.
Yes.
I mean, and I think we do a great job doing it, but I'm just talking about just how much people love Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yeah.
And people just really, it resonates with people. All the different messages
Yes.
and the emotions that are elicited from that particular show. So people ask me if we're going to do it, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I've still got my little, oh my gosh, speaking of, I didn't tell you about a dream I had about you the other night.
Oh, no.
So I dreamed, speaking of Steel Magnolias, I don't know where this came from, but I dreamed that it was me and Miss Penny, and maybe Miss Jill was there, I don't know, but like all of a sudden we were in like this theater place, I don't know, and they were like, okay, it's time for you to go on, and I'm like, what? And they were like, well, you're doing Steel Magnolias, like you're ready. And I was ready, like I was ready to go. And I was like, we hadn't practiced. And you came out of nowhere and you were like, well, it's not my fault you haven't practiced. Get out there. And then I thought to myself, right? I just thought to myself, I was like, well, fine. So I got out there and I said, if I don't know any of these lines, it's not my fault I don't know these lines. I will just shoot me my way. And I woke up and I was a little mad, but it's fine.
That's the actor's nightmare.
I guess.
All actors have this nightmare. You're in the wings, the show is going on, and you've got to go on. You don't know your lines. You can't find the script, and you got to go on, but you're not even sure when your cue is.
Well, I just went out there and I just did it. I don't know what I said, but I just remember my dream. I was just like, well, fine, I'll show you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, that's the actor's nightmare. You got years of that to look forward to, man. Oh, I still have those. I mean, I wake up in a cold sweat. It's like, oh gosh. I'm so thankful you're here, and I can't help but notice you brought your guitar.
I did.
Are you gonna sing for us?
I am.
Woohoo!
Good.
All right.
Can't wait.
Let's throw it to a break then, and when we come back, we'll have you sing the song for us. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back with more of the Toby Show. Don't you go nowhere because I'm going
Who would you go to if you got in trouble, Wood? Who would you go to if you got in trouble, Wood? Who would you go to if you got in trouble? 5 to 10, but they gave you double, Wood? Law offices.
All right, everybody, we're back. Everybody, put your hands together for Miss Emily Keeton.
Okay, so this song, the first one, is called Boys Like You. And I have recently found myself on the Tinder.
Ooh.
Not anything serious, just kind of on it, seeing what's out there. But anyway, what I've discovered is that there are a lot of very presumptuous men on the Tinder.
Dare say.
Yeah. I mean, who'd have thought it? So anyways, I've been writing songs like crazy.
Have you?
About.
And this is an original song.
Yes, original song.
We're getting an Emily Keeton original.
Wow.
I've been writing lots of songs about just the things they say and like how silly they are. And, I mean, they think they're so cool. And anyways, this one is called Boys Like You. I think I said that already, but it's pretty fun. So I hope y'all like it.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Good.
Elementary school was your foundation, chasing girls and kissing on the swings. High school was your testing station, popularity meant everything. You preyed on the weak and laughed at the strong. No one with your last name could ever be wrong. And you're looking at me, I'm in trouble, I believe. And I think I knew boys like you talk a big talk, but then you say it's true. You broke the rules, it was a game for you. Now you break girls' hearts before they break you. Everybody said because you're gorgeous you can talk to me any way you like. So you say you wanna love me, but I'm not foolish, even though I like how you're holding me tight. I don't mean to analyze your words, but it's no surprise I'm falling under the curse you're casting as a spell. Oh, the swamp in well. And I think I knew boys like you talk a big talk, but then you say it's true. You broke the rules, it was a game for you. Now you break girls' hearts before they break you. And you say you wanna be better, but do you really wanna be better? I think this as a slip in your sweater, knowing you'll never be better. You say you wanna be better, but do you really wanna be better? I think this as a slip in your sweater, knowing you'll never be better. And I think I knew boys like you talk a big talk, but then you say it's true. You broke the rules, it was a game for you. Now you break girls' hearts before they break you.
Decatur County's finest news leader. Biddle-diddle-doo.
All right, so we're back here with Emily Keeton. Oh boy, that was a beautiful song. You sang it so well.
Thank you.
Are you going to be able to sing another song for us later?
Yes, I've got one more.
Awesome. We'll do that at the end of the show. Did you have fun with the interview today?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, it was such a joy to have you.
Well, thank
It's
you.
such a joy to know you, to have you as part of the Toby family. We're really blessed to have you as part of it. I've enjoyed my time with you doing all this stuff so much, and it's just a pleasure and a joy for me to be able to call you a friend. So thank you very much, Emily,
you're so sweet.
for being part of this.
Well, I'm so glad you asked me 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it all worked out in the end.
And yes, I'm so glad. It's just been a lot of fun.
So everybody, put your hands together for Miss Emily Keeton. All right.
First bank, not second bank, not third bank, not the 88th bank. It's first bank.
All right, everybody, we're back, and Emily Keeton is back to sing us on home. Emily, take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this song was actually written for my cousin Allie Haynes. Yeah, she is constantly asking me, please write me a song, please write me a song. So I wrote her one, and it doesn't really have a title, but I'm calling it the Allie song. So if y'all come up with something, then I will gladly take it. I wrote it from the perspective of a guy.
Okay.
So just kind of keep that in mind when I'm singing it. But anyway,
We need somebody to tell us how to express ourselves.
well, this is for her. Didn't think I'd be here, but I've been wrong before. I'm still standing here. Are you gonna open up your door? I understand if you have plans, but this will only take a moment of your time. I don't really know what to say. Didn't think I'd make it this far. I've rehearsed this in my head at least 10 times in my heart, but I'm gonna use my words like you always asked. I'm terrified you'll go inside and never look back. I know your heart is somewhere across the sea, but when I look in your eyes, I swear to God, it's with me. So let me talk for a minute, and you just listen. I know exactly what you saw. Listen to me too. And you are justified in feeling like your heart's been ripped in two. But a picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me explain. Why you're feeling now does not compare to my pain. Everything I wanna say won't come out the way I want. I drove here to let you know. I just wanna talk. I know you leave tomorrow for a more exotic place, but the only beauty I know is the beauty on your face. I know we had a good thing till I messed it all up. Believe me, I'm sorry, but I know it's not enough. So just let me keep talking, and you keep listening.
If you got a lot of pests, better call the best. Bob.
Oh, boy. Boy, we have had a heck of a show tonight, haven't we, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it was cool talking to Bradley through that computer box.
I know.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Technology,
Who would have thunk it?
paying off. Yeah, we got to talk to him all the way over in Nashville. It was like he was here with us.
Yeah. Sitting there in his basement.
Sit with his dogs running around. It was good talking to him. We truly appreciate the support of the Tennessee Arts Commission. They've done so much for us, and couldn't thank them enough.
Yeah, great job that Bradley does for us.
Oh, he does. He does a great job representing us. See, well, when you write these grants, you have to present these grants in a panel, and then it's the panel who decides how much of an award you get. And Bradley represents us on these panels and just does a fantastic job.
Yes.
It was so good to talk to him. That's the first time I've had the opportunity to talk to him for an extended amount of time.
Right.
He's a good fella. Good fella. Glad to have him. And then, of course, we had Houston Starrett. It was everything I hoped it could be and more. It was like pulling teeth from a piranha.
Yeah.
Trying to get that boy to talk. And ordinarily, you can't get him to shut up. Something about these cameras scared him.
I think it's the bright lights.
Maybe, but he's a funny cat.
He
I got to
is.
say that.
He is.
And I'm glad I could catch up with all of his outdoorsy experience. And then, of course, Emily. Oh, so lovely having Emily here. And she sang two original Emily Keeton songs for us tonight.
She did.
And they were fantastic.
Yes.
Weren't they good?
Yes, the girl needs to be singing those more for more people.
In
to
Nashville.
hear. Yes.
At the Opry, whenever that opens.
There you go.
Or somewhere, maybe on Demumbrian, I don't know, somewhere down there. But somewhere in Nashville, she's got the talent. There's no doubt about it.
She does.
And, oh, no, I forgot. We're out of time, and we didn't call the mayor out again.
Well, maybe he didn't notice.
Maybe. Maybe we'll just leave him there till tomorrow night, and then we'll talk to him then.
Yeah, it's about his bedtime.
Yeah, we'll talk quietly. Sorry, Mayor Bose. We'll get you on next time. Don't want to wake him.
That's right.
Oh, man. But, this year is coming to a close. What would have been our Toby Show year, we'd already been finished up last weekend normally, but video production held us up, pushed us back a week, and it's almost another year in the books.
I know.
And
so fast.
Unfortunately, like in almost every year, it seems like, we've lost a couple more of our Toby supporters. Mm-hmm. One of them is Mr. Dennis Tolley.
Yes.
Who actually, let me move R2-Doo-Doo. See, and here's a box. I need to move that. But see this fireplace right here. Mr. Dennis Tolley painted that. He used his engineering skills to make that look. Doesn't that fireplace look like it's recessed? It does in there. Mm-hmm. He used some of that geometry he learned working on submarines and made us a heck of a fireplace. We've used it so many times. Dennis was a character.
That he was.
Dennis, he worked with the street crew, I mean, as far as I've known him, and helped us put up the tent every year. And the funny thing about Dennis is he was really interested in our Toby shows, but he would never come to them.
We never saw a single one.
But he would spend the whole time when we were putting up the tent, building the set, and doing our sound effects and stuff, he would try and figure out what it was about. And he would be guessing on, well, I bet, I know what's going on in this show. Dennis Tolley was a character.
Yes.
To know him was to love him. To get in a conversation with him meant you were going to lose about a quarter of an hour, if not half an hour, because he could talk. And it just doesn't seem real that he ain't here. We miss him like the devil. Goodness gracious. And then here recently, we just lost Ed Jr. Ed Jr. Was a big supporter of ours. Every time we did a show, and it doesn't matter if it was a Toby show or if it was a show here at the Hangar, one of our kids' shows, Ed Jr. came to our shows.
Yes, he did.
And he provided us support. He was one of our sponsors. And man, he was just boom, you know. There's the C word most everybody's concerned about right now is that corona. But that other C word ain't no joke. Took him down quick. And we're going to miss Ed Jr. But we were lucky enough to last year, Ed Jr. came to the show. And I remember, boy, it was everybody. Judy King came up to me and she said, "You got to get Ed Jr. on stage." And then a little while later, Judy Doherty came up to me and she said, "You got to get Ed Jr. on stage." And everybody was saying, "Hey, Ed Jr.'s out." Alicia was like, "Ed Jr.'s out there. You got to get Ed Jr. on." And Ed Jr. didn't want to come on.
He did not.
But we got him up there, so we're going to send you home tonight watching Ed Jr. on the Toby Show stage. So y'all enjoy, and we'll see you back tomorrow night. We got a big show with David Taylor and Dottie Hill. All them, all the time. All right, good night, y'all. Enjoy. Thank you for watching.
Hey, I got a device that he can't see over your head. Would you follow me up here just for a second? Yeah, I need you up here just for a second. Come on. Everybody give him for that. You know what it's like up there. Come on, just a second. How's your diet Coke? Good? Good. All right. Now be very careful going up these stairs. Several people have died here, and there was lawsuits. Well, you might got that business. I'm not sure. All right. Go on up there. Oh, there's a chair right there for you. You can have a seat. Easy peasy. On a park bench, I noticed a couple. The poor little girl was in tears. The fella was pleading with ordering stress. I let the occasion my ears. At last she found courage to answer, forgetting her tears for the months. She looked her tormentor direct in the face and gave this stinging response.
Storks didn't bring babies. You said Santa Claus was hot. And as for the gold and the rainbow street, you said there was more in your eye. I thought four-leaf clovers was what you did. You told me that wasn't true. You laughed at the tip-top of my dear old ball. Ain't anything sacred to you.
It's all very well to be clever. It's all very well to be smart. But I'd rather be dumb at the cost of my brain and still keep the love in my heart. You go through this life being skeptic, and what have you got in the end? Just the shards of the idols you shattered and broke.
How dare you assume you're my friend?
You told her stores didn't bring babies. You said Santa Claus was a lie. And as for the gold and the rainbows in, you said there was more in your eyes. She thought 4-leaf clover